All right, guys, let's get into it. My name is Kai, and today, by the way, welcome to the beautiful beaches of sunny Florida. As you can see, nice waves. Anyway, welcome to my platform that I'm going to be talking on and sharing my thoughts. I've gathered some topics, and all you have to do as a listener is sit back and enjoy. All right. Now, one of the things I wanted to get into as I introduce myself is that I am a 19-year-old dude in this day and age. And it's a bit tough. It's a weird stage to be in as someone who's not in school right now. Just kind of living his life. I've just been filling time, and at this age, I feel too young. Like I'm still learning new things every single day. There are new skills that I'm learning every single day that I look back on and I'm like, if I didn't know that because I didn't know that the day before, like I was a totally different person the day before, basically. I'm still at a stage where I'm each day learning new, profound things about my life that I hadn't even considered in the first place. So I feel still young and naive to how much data is being thrown at me as I progress through life. Especially not in the traditional path that all your friends or the people around you would mainly choose, which in this case would be university, something that they're generally interested in, and they just figured out along the way. Me, however, I tried that already. I came home. I wanted to do the traditional route, and I thought I was built for the traditional route. But it turned out that I just did not thrive in what brings me to my next point, the pandemic. Being my age in the pandemic, what was it, 2019, the end of 2019, I was 16 years old. Um, was a very vulnerable time of my life. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Everything I thought I knew at 16, I was just naive is just the word I'm gonna blanket over. I mean, what else could you say I mean, go figure. So the pandemic really, I feel like, had the biggest impact on my progression through these past several years. I mean, I would never have, and I would never have thought I would end up in the situation that I am now, basically. Uh, Full disclosure, I was thinking of going to Australia for a gap year before the pandemic started. I remember in the fall of 2019, where I was just starting to figure out that there was a life after high school. I I was like, I fucking hate the city that I'm in. Everyone knows each other. I fucking hate this. I need to get out as far away as possible. I was going to Australia. I wanted to go to Australia. I'm gonna change the background here. It's too serene. All right. Maybe this is a little more chill. All right. Where was I? I wanted to go as far as possible. I am the type of person that likes an independent experience, uh not dependent on another person to be around me when I'm in trouble. Like I just like to depend on myself, which is what I intended to do. Now, Australia obviously didn't end up working because the entire globe shut down within the next I want to say 4 months, 5 months. This was very all sudden. And what ended up happening is, everybody just stayed at home for a couple of years. I mean, I remember when it came time to, well, backtrack to border shutting down, pandemic starting. I'm now in what was it? I was now 17, turning 17. Um, again, like I had no idea what was happening. Um, What was I saying? All right, we'll come back to that. I mean, yeah, pandemic aside, I mean, oh, that's where I was. So what ended up happening as high school finished is I ended up at in British Columbia across the whole fucking country. I mean, that's how far I was able to go without actually leaving my country, which was still considerably far, and I had no idea. I had to experience it for myself. I was very isolated from everybody that I was used to being around in a matter of, a minute's drive. But I was a 4 hour flight away. Now I did my best. I did what I had to do. I completed a first semester successfully. Um, but decided to just hang up the books in February of this year. I said, you know what? I'm really overwhelmed right now. The pandemic just right after the winter break just shut classes down for the second time. Or sorry, for the first time since the pandemic started. My first semester was all in person. Um, yeah, I was like, you know what? We got to cut it. So I got sent home. Oh, I didn't get sent home. I made the choice to go home. I packed all my stuff, flew back home. I mean, it's the same year. I'm still just like the amount of change that's happened this year and just the fallout from the past several years have just been absolutely catastrophic and just mind-numbing. I mean, I don't know I don't know what anybody I don't know what life would be like without this fucking, pandemic in the way. So I mean it's just it's a shit show. It's just it's ruined so many opportunities for me and so many organic experiences for such a important part in a person's life. Teenage years are very important, very developmental, and I feel like I was cheated out of that. I didn't even get a goddamn graduation. Now, I mean, I got a YouTube video, but that's all there was. Anyway, pandemic aside, fuck. Lots of lessons to be learned. I mean, I got COVID. I got the vaccine thrice. I got COVID 3 times as well. I mean, shit, I got a severe cold right now. I don't know if you could probably hear my voice right now, but I've been very sick for the past couple of days. But, it is what it is. I'm getting better. I'm drinking hot chocolate right now, but um yeah, being sick sucks right now. I literally feel like my chest hurts, my whole body's sore. Obviously my sinuses are clogged and pressure is building. I'm just trying to meditate. I mean, just being still, accepting reality. Like I can't really like I just take vitamins, I sleep, I just get some sunshine every day. I mean, that's really all you can do without, throwing your body into the gauntlet. So, and it's hard being an active guy, physical guy, and you can just suddenly get shut down like this. Like it's not fun at all. I hate this feeling. I'm a very jittery guy. I can barely sit still just in regular everyday life. So just being shut down completely from actually being able to walk and talk and have that same energy, like it's just depressing. Now, to cope with this, I have been smoking a lot of Kush. Legal in Canada. I am of legal age. Disclaimer. I do not condone the use of cannabis if you are underage. I can't control it if you do or not, but that is my 2 cents. Now, me and uh me and the old gal have had an interesting ride together. I do smoke a lot of weed. I really do enjoy it. Um, I mostly smoke J's. And I get some carts, whatever. Like it it's been my escape for a while now, a few months now. And I mean, it was kind of inevitable. I was completely straight edge throughout high school. Um, I definitely felt a lot of pressure after I finished high school to I guess start, because it's almost like I'm like, why why would I need to, I guess, boost my why would I need to alter my state of consciousness to live right now? Um, and this was my mindset at a state where things were going well, like things were stable. I was able to think more clearly. There was a lot more reason that I was able to stay straight edge at the time. Coming home when everything crumbles beneath you, you're stopped school, you don't have a lot of motivation to get a job, you feel worthless, you have all of these negative self uh you know negative self talks, and just verbal harm. I mean, it's just not productive. It gives a lot more opening for your brain to search for all of these solutions, and it just so happened that I did spiral into a dependency on marijuana. And it's something that I'm trying to tackle. It's not an easy thing. I'm not going to admit it's an easy thing. I mean, I tried going sober and the consequences were drastic. I mean, I just felt sick I mean, it's common withdrawal symptoms. It was awful. And that was a reminder, and that was an opener that I am in a self-inflicted um I am experiencing a self-inflicted consequence. So it's up to me to be able to tolerate my recovery, right? It's not anybody else's responsibility, which is kind of empowering, if I do say so myself. I mean, I do everything I can on a daily basis to help my community and do what I have. I mean, uh, when that what that means is help my community. Why did I say that? I don't even. I just Okay. Next topic. That was too long of a pause. Whatever. Okay. I can't. We kind of talked about university. I'm not in school right now. I'm kind of just like, whatever. Music. Now, music is a big part of my life. I am like these headphones literally stay on my head, 23 out of 24 hours a day. I'm in here all the time, like in my room listening to music all the time, whether it be on my computer, my phone, my AirPod. Like it's like, as I was saying before, I can't sit still. I have all these kind of nervous movements. Music is, especially rhythmic music that has a constant rhythm, is what centers me. It's like a vibration. It's like vibrating so effectively that it just calms my mind and it clicks with my mind, and I'm able to just focus. Like I love drum and bass, like a hard rhythmic pattern. Like it's so satisfying. My brain is able to distract itself with that constant rhythm, while my sorry my subconscious is able to tap into that rhythm, and my conscious mind is able to complete the task on my computer. I'm pointing at my computer right now. Anyway, music has been my fond love all my life. I mean, most people get introduced to music based on their environment. I was introduced to a lot of avant-garde music as well as mainstream music. And there was just always a radio playing wherever I was. So it just has become another escape. I just put in my headphones and focus on the task. I don't talk a lot to other people. I'm very nervous around other people. Music is a way that I can convey what I'm thinking, um, because it just tells them, hey, I'm listening to music, fuck off for a sec. Um, Sometimes it's hard to talk to people. So it's definitely a strategy I use to avoid some interactions. Now, in terms of actually talking with people, I might seem normal. Like I am just a regular dude. Like I'm not like you're above it. Like I'm not just a normal average dude. I might talk and I might be social and what like we all have demons, man. Like nobody truly knows what anybody is going through. Like when I think about the things I say to myself, like when I'm kind of like self-inflicting verbal abuse, you know what I mean? Like you're dumb, you're stupid, like you're worthless. Like if people knew that that's how you treated yourself, they'd it would be awful. Like I feel like the amount of what people put up with them from themselves is is it's a triumph in itself just to make it through what people say to themselves on its own, you know, not even adding on what other judgments come from the outside. The inside is so powerful. Like it's a testament to how people are able to just, right? So you never know. Um, dealing with suicidal ideation, you never fucking know. Never. I am very, very uh what's the word? What I'm trying to say is, guys, like if you have something to say, social media might be cringe or whatever. I mean, that's one thing. If it's a real problem, 911. As a, I know, like I've never called 911, but I have, you know, talked to suicide hot, like they recommend, like if it is dire, like that's all you have, like that is an option. So, I mean, I live in Canada. Our ambulance services are a little bit more reasonable than the States. Disclaimer as well. But anyway, I feel so much shame when I think about being a man with trauma and being a man with serious emotions, because it's like, oh, you're a Debbie Downer, like you're like fucking up the vibes. Like to what point are we just gonna put that down and just be like, everybody needs help sometimes, right? Put down the stigma. It sucks to be a man with complex emotions, with I'm hyper aware all the time. I'm scared of my, know, impulsive and, tendencies. I tweak out all the time. I Tweaking out is, just spazzing at, like I have very unpredictable days. Like every day is so unpredictable in terms of how am I going to feel at the end of the day. And I know it's hard in the moment, and it's like, why would I reach out? Like why, like what is in it for me? Like I can guarantee if you are sincere about your willingness to admit you need help, because everyone needs help. Needing help is not a burden. When you admit to just saying, "Yo, like I'm not good." Like that's a free statement. You have a free speech to say that. Like that's your right to say. Now, I would find a trustworthy person to do this. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to, I guess, you know, mix this in, how I'm trying to mix this all in. If you need help, life is a video game anyway, right? Ask for help. It does it, like please. Please. It's very difficult. I don't know how to ask for help sometimes, but I know that it's the right thing to do. Now, and that's the end of my, I guess, men's mental health uh rant. Moving on. Now, I like video games. I'm a gamer. I play Fortnite. Okay? I'm a pretty big deal. Now, what else do I like? I like comedy. Eric Andre. I like Rick and Morty, but not Pickle Rick. I like Instagram ironic memes. Here. Here. Let me show you some of my non-copyrighted meme content, right? Let me get this for ya. Wow, there's so many. Here, this is a good educational one. Like, oh, you can't see. Oh, whoa, that's trippy. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to actually share my screen then, and we can go through some of my favorite memes. Let me just get that for you started here. Wow, this is really good. By the way, Tim Hortons hot chocolate mix. Okay, let's go through these together now. Here we go. Perfect. Wait, yeah, exactly. Okay, share screen. I'll post. Beautiful. All right, yo, shout out Friendship is Kind. It's literally my favorite podcast. Oh, you know what? That brings me. How did I forget to say that Nick Coletti is literally one of my favorite comedians of all time? I mean, let's just go through it. I mean, Joe Rogan, not his like Joe Rogan, his podcast is hilarious. Nick Coletti, literally, my life is, it's in my DNA basically. 3, who else? Casey Fry. I mean, who do I follow? Fuck. I'm going a blank here. This is all a first take type of deal. This is live. I'm doing this take live. So I'm just going through the names here. I'm blanking. La 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 la. I like Conan. I mean SNL. I like old SNL is just fucking hilarious. Like there are some good sketches. Fuck. Do I even follow a lot of comedians on here? I don't think I do. Anyway, I'm into like Adult Swim sort of gags. I mean, I'm not into like Jackass and stuff, but I do love some clever street pranks that don't hurt anybody and that have everybody's best interest in mind. Like, bleh, you dropped your laces. I don't know. Or like Halloween pranks. Love those. I feel like everybody's really stressed out a lot now because of everything. So pranks low-key dropped, but last sip. All right. Let's go through these. This is funny actually. Okay, this guy, Young Crippling Depression, shout out to this guy. He literally makes me laugh on the daily. What do we got? There's some good ones, but there are some. Oh, I love these. Just like random photos. Well, can we get a zoom in on that camera guy? Wait, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, that's just a guy. on a subway, the subway. Oh, this is so good. He's like in a better mood. That's hilarious. That's like clever shit, you know? Clever, ironic shit. Um, damn. So yeah, some of these are like not. Oh yeah, this is good. This is like definitely my humor. Oh, this guy. Wyoming does not exist. Shout out to this guy. Holy. This guy has made me laugh consistently for the past like at least 4 years. At least. Excuse me while I blow my nose. All right, thank you for that commercial break. Oh, this is crazy. This is insane. Wait. Okay. Man who donated his mother's body to an Arizona center for Alzheimer's research discovered it was sold onto the US military for $6,000 strapped to a chair and blown up in a blast test. Holy shit. That is so unfortunate, but it is, yeah. What can I say? I don't really want to be uh let's see here. Oh, this is good. This is so good. I'm addicted to staying. That's good. I wanted to do that for Halloween, but I don't own a comically large pair of pants, so I couldn't do it. What else do we got here? Oh, this is good. I love I love foreign sounds that are just way too loud and just do not convey any sort of context from what's about to happen. Like this video. Like why is he yell is that what he's yelling at? The finger? I don't know. We'll never know. I mean, this is good. Food, water, breast image. Yeah, that's good. Um, yeah. I mean, what else can I say, yo? I mean, this is the real this is the real deal. This is what I have saved, so I'm not really hiding anything here. Um, there's not any funny posts I have. I mean, it's just mostly music and like, yeah, random shit. Oh, this is good. Oh, yeah, does not surprise me. Buddy's got his pants down in the voting booth. All right, let's stop sharing. Bam, back to me. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about is back to the path of like traditional university, you get your degree, get a job, yeah. You know, you get a wife, get some kids, you know, fucking most traditional, you know, like the traditional route. I have never in my life neglected such an idea so hard than that exact thing. I hate the idea of normality. I hate that we have this idea of there's a specific way to live. We are literally, I mean, look, as a 19-year-old, I want to back this up with the evidence I provided in the beginning. I am still far before my years of knowledge and wisdom than than somebody would ever give me credit for. You know, never let alone myself. Nose blowing thing. Thank you. Um, I mean, I've rejected all for I hate the idea that I have this expectation to do this normal thing, this average thing, to go to school, fucking fail and succeed and fail and succeed, get a degree, whatever, get a job. Like, I hate that, man. I don't submit to that idea, and that's why I feel so guilty a lot of the times. It's like I don't know what I want to do because all of the things that society has provided for me, I must say that I am grateful for, whatever, but it just does not excite me in the ways that, like, it just does not seem fair in a world where, sorry, in a time period right now, I guess I'd say specifically, where people our age, my age, sorry, you know, I'd say 18 to 25, let's say. That demographic, for some reason, has to worry about the price of a house and has to worry about them never getting an opportunity to live in the city that they grew up in, or even dare, change living locations because of, the political climate and blah blah blah. Like, how dare, how dare like, how are we supposed to cope with this? I don't understand. I don't there's states in the US that are extremely different from one another. There are serious pros and cons that you must consider. And it's a fucking nightmare to live in the United States, for example. I would never, I mean, living with the paranoia that there is some odd and high, like, weirdly high chance that somebody in my family could get shot and killed at any moment in time. Let alone celebrities, fucking terrifies me. And I am glad to stay in a country that I feel safe in. I'm being from Canada. Um, Now it makes you think, like, so if we're not gonna, focus on getting houses and cars, like, because cars are not affordable. First of all, there's a fucking shortage of every goddamn car in the fucking world right now. We can't really worry about houses, utilities. I mean, for God's sakes, finding housing for university itself is a thing on its own. So it's like, why submit to that? Why submit to this thing? Why submit to this concept that is not sustainable for, generations to come? Because, yeah, sure, it worked, like, post-war, like, you get a family because it was so accessible. People were fucking like crazy. They came back from Europe. They had kids, baby boomers. There was no war around. They could go to school. It was a time of economic growth and booming. Like, it just does not work the same anymore. Like, literally everybody has a degree. Like, a bachelor's is now considered the new high school degree. Like, they don't take you seriously. So why even accept this concept of, you're trapped in this society that is now going to force you? And now, this from my so my the context I'm using is Western idealism, the American dream, if you will. The house, the car, the family, right? Now, that's great, but again, I have never been able to confidently accept that as my goal in life. My goal in life is to positively impact as many people as I possibly can, you know, taking care of myself, my family, and truly experiencing life to its fullest. I think there is that, like, again, there's no right way to live. There is no correct way to do anything. And now, knowing that, I want to extend my access now to this idea that there is no right way to do anything, and do everything the wrong way. on purpose because that's what I love to do. I like doing things the way that I think are comfortable to me. I'm a very decisive gut feeling kind of person. When I feel that something is right to do, I will do it. And if it's not, that feeling will be even stronger to not do it, right? Um, I'm my own babysitter, right? I'm able to make the most reasonable decisions for myself. Now, it's unfair that many people have this idea that they want to break free from the rules and the patterns of everyday life. But it's not easy. Like you can't just do that. You can't just do that. It's almost like you work until you're fucking 70, until you have the pension to maybe live out those dreams for 5 years. And you can't even do them properly because you fucking have arthritis everywhere in your body. Like I'm a young guy. Like these are the years that I will have to run around, get fucked up, and like be able to recover fast enough to do it all over again. And like I'm not saying the goal of life is to party and get fucked. Like that's not what I'm saying. But it's like, why would you have to sacrifice so much of your life only to get just a couple of drops of what you were and sometimes those expectations that you wait all of your career to do, like doctors saving up for, like a doctors that have great salaries, they save up for this retirement plan, but like sometimes it doesn't even go to plan or it doesn't live up to what it like imagine you kept putting off this joy in your life, this calling to nature and this calling to your primordial self. You waited your entire career, you put it off, and the tension was building. And I can guarantee you people have died from heartbreak that their retirement wasn't what they thought it would be because they literally like they were probably thrown into school, thrown into their career. They were like, the end of my career is going to be the only time I can enjoy my life. Like, work culture in Korea, in Japan, in China is very competitive and it's very hands-on. It's very intensive. That's the word. It's very intensive. The culture there is you work because you're a strong worker, and if you can't work, you're just a weak motherfucker. Step aside. I got a new replacement for you right here. Now they're very cutthroat. They work very very quickly. They do not have time to cut any fucking edges, right? They just go go go. Now, luckily, we live in a Western culture. It's a lot more relatively. There's a lot more choice. Now, I'd say that in cultures like Europe, I've seen. I tend to believe that, or I'm sorry, I tend to see that people my age do take time off from uni. Gap years are very popular there. To take off that time and enjoy 1 year of whatever the fuck they're doing, and then figure it out, right? So Western culture, we do have that privilege to have a little more sense of autonomy. Autonomy when it comes to, you know, figuring out and planning our lives. Um, I feel like we are just not given the correct tools to just be sent into the world at 18. It just doesn't work that way anymore because when there were buildings to be built and when there were houses to be built and schools and sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. When there were bridges to be built, like when there was labor to be done, people did not worry about school. When there were bullets to be sent to Europe, when there were guns to be sent to Europe, the children were sent out of school. If they were old enough, they worked in the factories, and some got sent to war. There was nothing to worry about in terms of, oh, what am I going to do with my life? No, my life right now is I'm going to Europe. Like I can't that. Okay, that worked great. Okay, 1940s, 50s, 60s, like revolution. Sorry, industrial revolution, like industrial boom after the war. That worked great. It does not work anymore. We've literally solved all our problems so well. It's in our little. Sorry, I don't know if you can see this. This is my cell phone. We have solved all the issues that we could ever have in this little thing, right? So it's like we're bored. We just need money to distract ourselves and to hang on to hobbies. And I mean, obviously live places as well and live and eat and stuff, but it's like other than like necessities like water and food, we're basically and shelter, of course. We're basically saving money to like live our lives the way we want, which kind of sucks. You work for money and you work to die basically. Um it's not a very bright or gentle concept or way of looking at things, but pardon me, you know, gotta do what you gotta. I mean, you gotta look at things the way that they make sense, and that's it makes the most sense to me like that. So anyway, um, if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments. This is my first time doing this, and yeah, shit. Peace out, one love.